Hey guys, it's Nurse Gwenny. One of my bestie girls just started nursing school and she texted me tonight and said, "Help, I'm studying for my med math and I don't know what to do. Can you help me?" And I said, absolutely. And I thought, if my bestie girl is having trouble with it, I bet other people are out there working on it too. So if you're preparing for nursing school or if you're in your med math class, follow along. We're gonna do 4 problems and I'm gonna show you how to do it so you know how to do it yourself. Okay, so first up, our problem says the ordered dose is 4,500 milligrams and the concentration is 5 grams per 0.3 milliliters. Now, here's something they do to try to trip you up. They instead will give you it in grams instead of milligrams, but we know that 5 grams equals 5,000 milligrams, and we're merely going to use these as a conversion factor. So I always start with my ordered dose of 4,500 milligrams. I want to turn it into a fraction, so I'm just going to put it over 1. Now I multiply that by my concentration, and I want to be able to cancel out the milligrams. So if it's in the top over here, it needs to be at the bottom, the denominator. I don't know why words are hard right now. Over here on this one. So remember, we want it to be milligrams. So I'm going to change this 5 grams into 5,000 milligrams because there's 1,000 milligrams in every gram. 5,000 milligrams, and in top we know that that equates to a volume of 0.3 milliliters. Now I'm going to take my calculator and multiply everything across the top and divide it by everything across the bottom, and when I do that, I'm going to come out with a total volume of 0.7 milliliters is my final answer on that one. Now let's move to this next one. We have an order for 1.5 liters of normal saline, and it needs to go in over 8 hours. And we've got a drip factor. That GTT stands for drip. We have a drip factor of 20, and what that means is it takes 20 drips to equal 1 milliliter. Now here they did it to us again. We have milliliters over here, but we have liters over here. But you guys are smart. You know that there's 1,000 milliliters in every liter. So I'm going to start with the ordered dose of 1,500 milliliters. I changed it to milliliters instead of liters, right? And we're going in over 8 hours. And again, we're just going to use conversion factors to get to the answer here. And the labels that we're looking for is drops per minute. So let's take care of the easy one first. Let's cancel out hours and change that to minutes, right? So how many hours? 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes. That's just the conversion factor between hours and minutes. So I can cross out hours because I canceled those out, and I want to circle minutes because that's my final unit that I'm using here in this equation. Now I want to get from milliliters to drops. Well, we know what the conversion factor is, 20 drops per mil. So I'm writing my next conversion. I need milliliters is up top over here. So we need it in the bottom over here. And I already know because they gave us this information in the question that there are 20 drops, we abbreviate that GTT, in every mil. And so look, I can cancel out mils because they're top and bottom, and I end up with drops. Now, is that what I want? Did I want to end up with drops over minute? Heck yeah, I sure did. So I multiply all of that across. I take 1,500 times 20 divided by 8 divided by 60. You can just do all of that in one big run on your calculator or on your phone calculator, and you're going to come up with an answer of 62.5 drops per minute. And there's your final answer on that one. Okay, hang with me. We have 2 more to do, my friends. All right, so this one says our dose is 0.8 milligrams per kilogram, and our patient weight is 13.5 kilos, but they want to find out what our volume of dose is, and milligrams is not a volume, that's a dose. So they gave us the concentration is 10 milligrams for every 2 milliliters. So we're going to start out with our ordered dose of 0.8 milligrams per kilogram. So let's get that patient weight out of the way and get that done easy peasy. So we're going to multiply that dose. We know that our patient weight is 13.5 kilograms, and we want that to be a fraction just to keep everything clean. So I'm just putting it over 1 because anything over 1 is itself, if you remember that from 7th grade math. And look, I can get rid of kilos. Those have canceled out. Now, is that where I want to end up? Do I want to end up with milligrams? Nope, I want to end up with a volume, which is milliliters. So I have a conversion factor and I need for milligrams to be on bottom because I need to cancel it out with up here. We have our concentration and it's okay to flip those, right? Because that is merely a conversion factor. So I know that 10 milligrams equals what dose did they tell us in the question? Rather, volume is 2 milliliters. So I can cancel out milligrams here and here because it's top and bottom. And now I end up with mils. Isn't that what I wanted? Heck yeah, I wanted to end up with a volume, and that's our milliliters. So if we multiply 0.8 times 13.5 times 2, we're multiplying everything across the top, divided by 10, that's the only number we have down here, we are going to come up with an answer of 2.16 milliliters. And that's our final answer on that question. Okay, one more question for you, my friends. Last question. It tells us that we have an order for 0.5 milligrams per kilogram per day. However, they want us to give it in 2 equal doses every 12 hours. So what we're going to have to do is figure out our daily dose and then simply divide that by 2. They also gave us the patient weight here of 6.5 kilos or kilograms. We just say kilos for short. So we're again going to start with our ordered dose of 0.5 milligrams per kilogram. We know that the patient's weight is 6.5 kilograms. We're going to put that over 1. We're going to cancel that out. And so this is going to get us our total daily dose. So 0.5 times 6.5 gives us a daily dose of 3.25 milligrams per day. But wait, they wanted us to give it in 2 separate doses. So we have to take that 3.25 milligrams, that one's going to be per day, and we have 1 day up here, and we have 2 doses per day. We cancel out day. Look, we're left with milligrams per doses. That's exactly what we wanted. And so our final answer here is 1.625 milligrams per dose. I hope that helped you guys out, and I'll see you next time.